What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with a brand new episode of the Madden 24 St. Louis Sentinels Franchise. That is right, welcome back. Hey, we are here, made it finally at last. We are in the offseason. Year number 1 of the St. Louis Sentinels relocation franchise is in the books. And guess what? We have big news off the rip. That's right. I took a little bit of a look ahead, just a little peek ski, if you will. And we had some players upgrade their dev traits here, which is really big for us. One is really shocked me to the core. But we got Curtis Samuel, who is now star development, which I think he definitely earned that. Curtis Samuel had a great season. That is not the one that shocked me to the core, and neither is this. Logan Thomas randomly gets upgraded to star dev, which, I mean, fine. That's awesome. I don't really know why. Logan Thomas did a fine job, but not sure if it was worthy of a dev trait upgrade. But the big shocker and the big news here in St. Louis, Jartavius Martin, our rookie, about to be second-year player, has been upgraded to superstar development. That is right. And I was looking through to see, why he may have gotten upgraded to superstar. I mean, he had a fine season. He had a great season, actually. He played more of that slot corner role for us as opposed to a free safety, but he had 10 tackles for loss, which is great for a slot corner / free safety. He had 5 sacks, he had a pick, he had 3 deflections, he had a forced fumble. So really good season for Jartavius Martin, and that has earned him not only an upgrade to superstar development, but as you see on the screen here, defensive rookie of the year. That is right, goes to one Jartavius Martin. Really happy for him. He played great for us. He had a really good season. The rookie, about to be 2-year player out of Illinois. Probably won't be able to put too much on him in terms of abilities. Yeah, right now he just has either recuperation or bench press, but when that overall goes up, man, he could be a tremendous force on this team. And not only do we have big news too, but in real life, the Washington Commanders, if you didn't know by now, we used to be the Washington Commanders and we relocated to St. Louis and rebranded as the Sentinels. But how about the Commanders going seemingly into rebuild mode as they trade Montez Sweat to the Bears for a 2024 second round pick. Montez Sweat was about to be on an expiring contract. As you know, we re-signed him here. But the big one that shocked me, they traded Chase Young to the 49ers for a 3rd round pick. Don't 100% understand that because Chase Young is just now starting to get healthy, and now you trade him. And the 49ers, man, boy, they are about to be something. Nick Bosa, now Chase Young, also Javon Hargrave, shout out Austin Armadillo's franchise. That defensive front is going to be scary. Taking a look and seeing how the Sentinels perform this year, how about Sam Howell? Led the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns, 5,240 yards through the air, 40 touchdowns, but 28 interceptions. 53% completion percentage. That is a very weird season, to say the least. Brian Robinson does eclipse the 1,000 yard mark, so give it up for my man B-Rob. 1,109 yards on the ground, found pay dirt 11 times, did have 3 fumbles, which I'm not really a huge fan of, and he averaged 4.2 yards per carry. So wasn't the best of seasons for Brian, but it was something, and our 2 receivers just completely killed it. McLaurin almost 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns, and Curtis Samuel, this is why he got upgraded to star development, 1334 through the air and 8 touchdowns. He also played great. Jahan Dotson got very close to 1,000 yards as well. And then Logan Thomas, I mean, again, it's a good season. Not sure if it's worthy of a dev trait upgrade, but 717 receiving yards and found the end zone 8 times as well. And then defensively, the big story of the year is Jonathan Allen, and this is not going to show up in the Madden record books, unfortunately, but he did set a single season tackles for loss record at 41. JJ Watt previously owned that. I think he had 39 back in 2012, 36 or 39. You can fact check me on that. But Jonathan Allen does set a single season record for tackles for loss. So he was just eating in the run game. Most of those were run stuffs too. Didn't get as much pressure as I would have hoped. Daron Payne, who He might have an interesting episode today. That's all I'm going to say. Deron Payne may have an interesting episode. More to come on that later. He leads our team in sacks. Allen and Young and Martin had 5. Montez Sweat had 3.5. A couple linebackers got in there for 1. And then as far as picks, Kendall Fuller should have led us. He does at 5. And then rookie Emmanuel Forbes with 3. Martin with 1. Some linebackers, some safeties with 1. So defense, I mean, it was what it was. We did have the number 1 ranked offense in the NFL, but as you're about to see, we were dead last in terms of defensive yards. But Sam Howell leads the league in passing touchdowns. McLaurin is second in both receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. Really, I bet you it's probably Cooper Kupp or Justin Jefferson who probably got the number 1 spot in those. It's always Cooper Kupp. Madden loves Cooper Kupp. He finishes the year with 18-19 through the air and 18 touchdowns. So Terry, unfortunately, is not going to. He was leading the league for quite a while in both yards and touchdowns, but Madden loves Cooper Kupp, just like Madden loves the Cowboys, just like Madden loves Aaron Donald as defensive player of the year, just like Madden loves Lamar Jackson as MVP or Jalen Hurts. You guys see it. It's the same stuff all the time. Got the 49ers and the Chiefs here in Super Bowl 58. One thing I want to take care of before we do that, we got 75 staff points, and I want to spend some of those on things that will help us in the trade market. As I said, there's some things that are probably going to be taking place in this episode, so we can get 2% trade value increase for user draft picks. I guess we'll take that. We'll also take 2% trade value increase for user draft picks. Or I'm sorry, no, that's not the one I wanted to do, but whatever. I want a 2% trade discount for CPU draft picks. That one I feel is very important indeed. And we will also, what else could we do here? Don't really need to worry too much about that. I mean, I guess we'll do a guaranteed trade package for a current user pick during the draft. Sure, why not? Gonna advance right on to the offseason. I'm gonna put my hard-earned money on the Chiefs because the Chiefs win in simulations so frequently. Watch, I'll probably be shut up by the 49ers here, but I think it's probably gonna be the Chiefs, and nope. There you go. I was wrong. The 49ers win Super Bowl 58, 31-21. Season recap here. Fred Warner wins the Super Bowl MVP. And what did I say? What did I literally say? Lamar Jackson wins the MVP because Madden just always does that. And Mike McCarthy, Coach of the Year for the Cowboys. Cooper Kupp, the Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons gets Defensive Player of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, it says Will Anderson, so I guess they're only highlighting the AFC side. But we know, true Sense fans and true OGs know, Jartavius Martin got that. And then Bijan Robinson wins Rookie of the Year with the Falcons. So that is how the season goes. Now, I do got to check. Okay, Trade Center's not open yet. Again, stay with me here. There's some things cooking up in this old medulla oblongata. That should be in the next week. Upgrades, probably just going to be practice squad guys, I would assume, but maybe not. Yeah, it is just practice squad guys, so we will let the CPU take care of them. Sorry, practice squad gents, but I'm not wasting this video on you. Did we have any retirements? Well, we had Cornelius Lucas III, which, fine, don't care. But some other big names around the league. Cam Hayward calls it quits after 13 years, and Cam Jordan, two really good Cams who have both played for 13 years, call it quits. Robert Quinn retires, and Ndamukong Suh, another Austin Armadillos shout out there to Mr. Sue. Brian Hoyer retires, probably was sick of getting thrust into action there in Vegas with the departure of Derek Carr. And Aaron Rodgers, wow, that's not going to happen in real life, as he is on pace to return from that Achilles tear in record time, but he calls it quits here in the CJ Small Sentinels Maddenverse. Trent Williams gone. Tyrod Taylor, who's been playing a lot with the injury to Daniel Jones, he's gone. Calais Campbell calls it quits after 16 years. Cordero Patterson, Mercedes Lewis, who just cooked us last episode. So lots of good Rodney Hudson, Austin Armadillos, shout out. Go watch that series if you haven't. But some pretty big names here, I would say, in free agency. Wow, how about Todd Bowles getting the boot in Tampa? That's, again, probably not going to happen in real life because Todd Bowles has Baker and those guys playing pretty good. Robert Saleh gone. Okay, that's interesting. Dan Campbell? Oh man, he's definitely not going to get fired in real life. The Lions are cooking. Anybody else? Pete Carroll retired. So at 72 years old, I guess he decided it was time to hang the Spurs up, and that looks to be all of the staff moves. We're not going to make any staff moves. We got the GOAT coach himself, CJ Smalls, so we don't need to worry about anything in that department. And as we're about to go into the free agent and the re-sign period here, kind of my plan for free agency now, there's a lot of positions in need on this team, but I think that we're going to fix some of those in the draft. So the big thing that I'm looking at in free agency, and I don't even know really, once all the dust settles and the smoke clears, how much cap space we're going to have, but definitely offensive line for sure. Left guard specifically, and right tackle with Sam Cosmi, maybe even left tackle, but offensive line, we got to get better. I think receiver, we're good. I mean, we got 3 pretty good ones, and I'm probably going to target that George Williams 6'9" receiver in the draft. Quarterback, we're going to probably fix that in the draft, I think. Center, I got a really good, I'll show you guys the prospects here in a minute. Same with tight end too. So really, and I don't think we're going to have that much money to spend. So main focus on offense via free agency is probably going to be offensive linemen. And then for defense, we could stand to get better at linebacker for sure. Middle linebacker or edge, outside linebacker, either or. And then maybe some corner depth. I mean, we got Forbes and Fuller. They're good as the 1 and the 2. But a pretty significant drop-off as we go to Benjamin St-Juste and Danny Johnson after that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking we're going to try to accomplish here in the offseason free agency period. Jamin Davis, yes, we are definitely going to accept his 5th-year option, so we will go ahead and lock him in. I don't think anybody else I'm going to really bring back here. I mean, Antonio Gibson, we're going to probably try to trade him, and that's very important because this is the last screen on Madden, the last chance we have to do that. Terrell Burgess, no, don't need any more safety help. We are good there. Cornerback Danny Johnson, nope, you can go. And again, right now it says we have $4.3 million in cap room, which is not good at all. Jacoby, you are gone, my friend. Definitely not going to pay $5.37 million for you. I think that everybody else can walk here, and our cap situation might actually be a little bit worse than I thought. Mock draft number 3 is here, and that is huge because there's 2 players that I'm going to attempt to try to get in the first round here. So right now, QB JJ Ford, he is projected to go 4th round to the Rams. So we got to keep our eyes on JJ. I really think that, and this is my thoughts. One, I think it's tremendously fun to play with a auto-generated quarterback and kind of build your franchise around him, build the storylines around him. But aside from that, even though Sam Howell led the league in passing yards and touchdowns, his picks were way too high, which some of those were me, but some of those were not. And if you guys watch the episodes, you know that Sam Howell can be wildly inaccurate. So let's meet JJ Ford here. He's a 6'4", strong arm quarterback out of Fresno State. Beautiful spiral on all his passes, stands tall in the pocket, always aware of pressure, does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away. Vast majority of his success comes while in the pocket, and then a fast flick of the wrist throwing motion. We don't have his skills narrowed down all the way, but we know they're A to C's in the accuracies, which I already like. A under pressure is good, and he's got a cannon of an arm and is very strong. Not very mobile, but luckily I don't tend to roll out and scramble with the QB too much. Everything else looks like it could be pretty good. So JJ Ford, I think I really want to go after him. Now the other guy that we got to see where he is projected to, and also see what our pick is as well. Our pick is 12, and they have us picking Brian Burns. No, not Brian. I'll take Brian Burns on my team, but Bart Burns, the tight end. He does look to be a very good tight end, but I have my eyes on another one who is 3 picks ahead. So Paul Logan is a top 5 true talent. I think he has a shot of being generational. 6'5", vertical threat tight end out of Wisconsin. They say he needs to work on simple concentration drops. The haters are going to talk. They say he has exceptional body control on the sidelines. That is good. Fights for every single inch as a runner. No issues climbing the ladder to make catches. Avoid big hits following catches. Excels at creating yards after the catch, which I love, and shows discipline and won't get flagged much. He is great to elite in everything. Every single category. This man was literally built in Dexter's lab, and his skills, look at all those A's, man. A carrying, A catching traffic, A catching, A deep route, A medium route, A short route, A spec catch, A awareness, A run block, what? B run block or A run block finesse, A pass block, are you kidding me? A tight end who can catch and run and also block? Yeah, sign me up, put my John Hancock on it right now. So the goal before we advance this week, because once we advance this week, we're in free agency. Gotta find a way to get the Rams pick. That may not be possible, but I'm gonna try. And then once the draft, if we can get the Rams pick right now and secure JJ Ford as our quarterback, it'll be fairly easy to move up 3 spots with the Dolphins and to get their pick to take Paul Logan. So let's see if we can make that happen right now. Never mind, I lied. I thought that you could trade in this stage of the offseason, but you cannot. So we'll have to put a pin on that. And I was going to try to ship Antonio Gibson, but it looks like that's not going to happen. So we have $2.21 million in cap space. I did have to bring back Joey Sly, our kicker. So maybe after some of these contracts go away, I'm hoping our cap will go up a little bit, because $2.21 million, we ain't doing jack in free agency. And nope, that is going to be our cap situation. So, okay, I wasn't expecting that. $2.21 million is nothing, literally nothing. Is there anybody that we should or could get rid of to try to free up some cap? I don't think so. I mean, it's Deron Payne. It's his cap hit. His cap hit is going to be so large. It's going to be large and in charge. So that's not going to happen. Charles Leno, he might be getting released right now. He does. I mean, we need to upgrade on offensive line anyways, and I have some good prospects that I'm looking at, and his cap hit will be pretty large. So if we get rid of Charles Leno, we'll save $12 million. So I think that he is going to be on his way out right now. Goodbye, Charles. You have served us well, but your time in St. Louis is done.
No hard feelings, okay?
No way, man.
Anybody else? Not Terry, not John Allen, not Logan Thomas, Quincy Williams. We could probably, I mean, again, I'll show you guys my prospects here in a moment. There's some good linebackers. I think Quincy Williams is also going to be gone as well, because we can do much better. He's playing good in real life, though. He really is. Brother of Quinnen Williams, too. Same team. Brothers, but we're gonna release him, and that should help us a little bit, because there's some free agents that I might want to target here. 20.2 million. Okay, I can rock with 20.2 million. I think that definitely helped us out. So let's go take a look and see who is available in free agents. Again, probably looking at offensive line, linebacker. So Bobby Wagner, an old Bobby Wagner, but still good. He probably won't give him an offer, I don't think. Kevin Zeitler, right guard. We don't really need right guard. There's Charles Leno. Maybe it wasn't the best decision to release him. Let's go over to the offensive line. So Charles Leno is the highest rated left tackle in the pool. So there you go. Left guard, we got Damian Lewis. He would definitely be an upgrade over who we have right now, which is Braden Daniels, I think. Center, I got my eye. I should probably show you guys the prospects, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Right guard is Brandon Scherf, and then right tackle, yeah, so not as good as I would have hoped, really. I think that it does make sense, though, to offer Damian Lewis contract. He's 27, but star development, much better than what we have currently right now. And he wants to be here. He likes our historic championships. He kind of likes our head coach career win percentage, so that's good. He says the scheme fit doesn't fit him, but whatever, get over it. He's looking for 2 years, $23 million, and I think that with the interest that he shows, we shouldn't really have to up that too much. We'll try to give him this offer here and see what he says to it. We do have the edge against the Texans and the Falcons, so that's looking pretty good. We just released our right linebacker. Who do we just release? Quincy Williams. Now, Khalil Mack is here, which would be awesome. Chandler Jones, he's got some things that he needs to take care of right now in his life, so we're not going to worry about that. We're good on the left side with Jamin Davis, but you could always, get somebody and move him over. But Khalil Mack is kind of interesting. Doubt we can afford him, but yeah. Okay, we can't afford Khalil Mack, although that is very intriguing indeed. I could try to restructure someone's contract to afford him. Do I want to do that? I'm not 100% sure. Drew Tranquil might be a good option. And Jamin Davis is a right linebacker too, so we actually do need left. Maybe Drew Tranquil. I gotta say, I'm kind of stuck on Khalil Mack. He wants $13 million. Don't even know if we could get him, but right now he has 0 teams interested, and he's looking for 13 mil. He has no interest in being here. Our cap space at the present time is 8.76 million. So we need about 6 million. Restructuring. Terry McLaurin will free $8.71 million in cap space this season. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go try to get Khalil Mack. I'm telling you, man. Just think about it. Think about it. Chase Young, Deron Payne, maybe not. Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, Khalil Mack. I know he's doesn't even really fit the scheme, right? We're running a 4-3 right now, but I'm telling you, things can change because players could be on their way out. So let's give it a shot. Let's give it the good old college try. Why don't we? Can we bring in? I know it's not the most realistic, but hey, maybe it is. Our defense, I just showed you guys, we were 32nd in the league in total defensive yards. So let's go out here. We can spend pretty much the rest of the money that we got to try to bring in Khalil Mack. Once I show you guys my draft board, it'll all make a lot more sense. And I think that we can probably fix the rest of the issues in the draft. So let's try a 1-year, $15 million deal. He's not super interested in that, but he doesn't have a lot of teams interested in him either. That could be something. So putting offers out on left guard Damian Lewis and right outside linebacker Khalil Mack. Let's see. Yeah, I know how to play the game. Thank you for that. Let's see if any of these guys sign. We'll do our first eval period here, and my screen froze, so bear with me.
2 hours later.
We got them both. Khalil Mack and Damian Lewis spent all of our ducats, but I think it was well worth it, and we only have $2 million, 2.5 in cap room, so that's really all we're gonna do in free agency. And I'm telling you, this will make more sense a little bit later on. So this is my draft board here. We got JJ Ford, know about him. Paul Logan, know about him. So the goal is to try to snatch these 2 good fellows here in the first round. Wide receiver George Williams. Now he's projected to go 2 to 3. Are there other things that we could get and should get in the second round? Yes, absolutely, there is. Will I not get George Williams? Probably not. He is a 6'9" wide receiver. I could move him to tight end if need be. Some people have recommended that in the comments, but I will probably try to take him in the second round. Craig Calhoun's going to be a kick returner. He's UDFA. But then these 2 guys right here. Now, again, I realize they're pass coverage, and we may, now that I just signed Khalil Mack, we may change our scheme. But Justin Hayward looks to be very good. 6'2" out of Miami. He's projected to go in the 3rd to 4th round. He has A zone coverage. He has C block sheds, so he could still be, run a 3-4 scheme. A to B pursuit, A tackle. He looks solid all around, and he is also a freak athlete. Now we got the pro day results. So he is the fastest linebacker, right linebacker in the class. He is the most agile. Right? 3-cone drill, he was number 1, 2nd in the 20-yard shuttle. Elite speed, elite acceleration, great agility, great change of direction, great jumping, good strength. He is going to be a beast. He's going to be a beast for sure. And then his brother here, Austin Callahan, I was also looking at him, but I think Hayward is probably the better of the bunch. Now, Callahan, I mean, he's first in the 20-yard shuttle. He's elite too. Elite change of direction, elite speed, elite jumping. But I just think that Hayward is a bit better. So I could grab one of these two guys in the 3rd round. And then we got this center here, Will Devlin. Look at this. Look at this little nugget of joy here. Day 3 projection, round 1 to 2 talent. We could probably get him in the 4th round. He looks to be amazing as well. A, run block. B, pass block. Love it. A, awareness. Has a motor that runs through the whistle. Shows good discipline. Won't get flagged much. He's a pretty good athlete too. Good speed, elite agility, good strength. So we could grab him possibly in the 4th round. And then scrolling on a ways down here, we have some guards and tackles in the UDF range. Yes, I realize you never want to put all your stock in a UDFA player, but some of these guys look really good here. I mean, Larry Jenkins, for example, we look at him, we don't know how his true talent yet, but B, run block, pass blocking sucks, but he's pretty good physically. I mean, for a UDFA guy, he could be something, but I think that is probably gonna be the route that I take. So all that we have to try to do now is we have to remember, what was it? Let me look at the mock draft again. I think a new one just came out. I know JJ Ford's projected to go round 4, and I think Logan Paul was projected to go 12, I want to say. So we just have to remember JJ Ford with the Rams, 4th pick, and then Paul Logan is actually rising, so that's not good. He's now projected to go 8. We'll know more when the final mock draft comes, but we're probably going to have to do some wheeling and dealing to get up there. And we actually don't have a 4th round pick either, so that could also potentially be a slight problem because some of those guys we're probably going to need to try to get in the 4th round, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's one more final mock draft here, and then we also get to evaluate, with some private workouts, some of these other players. And there's a couple players that I would like to try to get to 100% just to know if we should really go after him or not. We'll give one to Justin Hayward here. That should get him up to 100%. I don't really like using, so Bart Burns, he's already 100%. I don't like using the private workouts on players unless I know it can get him to 100%. We'll go tight end Bryce Callaway just in case we're not able to secure prime Paul Logan here. There's some other good tight ends, so I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world. And then that UDFA tackle, where was he at? Ryan Sweet looks pretty sweet.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Potential UDF day 3, I'll probably take him. The other one was, I think it was Larry Jenkins. That should get him to 100%. Or maybe we go Dan Colbert. He looks a little bit better, so we'll use it on them. That should get all or most of those guys up to 100% next week. And we also have the last mock draft, so we have to remember here. JJ Ford is 4 with the Rams. Paul Logan is 8 with the Bears. So again, wouldn't be too difficult to trade up from 12 to 8, but to get the number 4 pick, I don't know if that's possible, but we're gonna try. Some big moves here in the offseason too. Austin Eckler goes to Philly. Amari Cooper to the Vikings to play alongside with Justin Jefferson. That is sick. Also, shout out to Kirk Cousins. Even though I hate the Vikings, you never like to see a player go out for the rest of the year, and he is done with that Achilles tear. Bobby Wagner to the Texans. Okay. Adrian Amos, former Packer. Anybody else crazy on here? Charles Leno to the Rams, who we're going to probably be trying to trade with. So, all right. I mean, this really wasn't a huge... Devin Singletary goes to the Ravens. Wasn't really a huge free agent class. There wasn't really anybody crazy in here. John Johnson, former Cleveland Browns, goes over to the Lions. So, nothing too special, but definitely some movements around the league. Justin Hayward is round 3 to 4, really. I was shocked at that because of his great athletics, but I still think he would be a good player to take. Bart Burns is round 1 to 2. Bryce Callahan's 2 to 3. So I guess worst case scenario, and I've talked about Bart Burns in previous episodes. So worst case scenario, if Logan Paul Logan doesn't get or isn't available still, I guess we could still take Bart Burns. And Darren Nick's also here, but the other center, Will Devlin, looks better. And the other guy was a day 3 tackle. Ryan Sweet looks good, and Dan Colbert looks like a stinker, as he's a true talent potential UDFA. But Ryan Sweet could be good, so maybe he's somebody to look at. We still need to bolster that offensive line a little bit. NFL draft time, the moment that we've all been waiting for. We're going to go ahead and pause the draft. Surely the Lions will not pick a quarterback as they have Jared Goff, so I think that we're safe here. The Lions decide to go with left tackle Ryan Scott out of Texas. Patriots got Mac Jones, so I think that we're also safe here as well. We'll go ahead and advance to the next pick. They picked Ben Statton. Now the Buccaneers, they got Baker Mayfield. So J.J. Ford was projected to go to the Rams, which I think he probably would, although I'm not 100% confident that the Buccaneers wouldn't try to go after a quarterback. So maybe it's worth getting on the phone with the Buccaneers and just see what they're talking about. So it's going to be very difficult. They are negative in cap space, which really foils the plans that I had. The Rams, they don't have that much cap room either. So spoiler alert, I was going to try to ship Deron Payne off to another team, but that is proving to be probably not an option. Let's look at the Bears cap space because they were projected to pick 8, and we're also looking at trying to get Paul Logan, the tight end. Now they have tons of cap room, tons of cap space, so maybe we could get it done just with picks with the Buccaneers. I don't think so, and it's a shame that they are negative cap space, but I really want to get J.J. Ford, man. I'm telling you, it'll be so much fun playing with a new quarterback, an auto-generated guy. He can become the face of our franchise. That is always so fun. And in order to do that, we're going to have to give up our pick for sure. And also, see, this is where it gets tricky, man. This is where it gets tricky. I want to use this pick to try to trade up with the Bears to get the tight end. So what if we just we don't have a first round pick for 2026 either. So maybe we just say screw the draft next year and just kind of ship everything out. I don't even know if the Buccaneers would entertain this without our first round pick, but I guess it's worth a shot just to see what they think about it. It actually wasn't that far off. So maybe we do try to give them our first round pick for this year. And also a third round pick in 2025. Maybe a fourth round too. With that, let's just try with the 3. That's close. If only they had some freaking cap space, man. Maybe we just trust the Buccaneers don't take J.J. Ford and we go and talk to the Rams, and maybe this deal would go through with the Rams instead. I mean, J.J. Ford was mocked to go to the Rams. So we'll try a 2026 round 2, a 2026 round 3, and then our first round pick this year. Will this be enough to get it done? Got to add the draft pick in there. That would probably be helpful, wouldn't it? Let's add the 4th round pick, see what they're talking about with this one here, and that's done. Okay, so as long as the Buccaneers stay true to the mock draft and don't pick J.J. Ford, we will be able to take him. God, I hope that we're selling out to get him, man. I know might not be the smartest thing, but I just really want to do it. And if they pick him here, and or if J.J. Ford is not as good as I think he is, that is going to be tragic. The Buccaneers take Eric Stokes. Okay, very good. So we will go, and we're still going to have to try to get that 8th pick from the Bears to get Paul Logan. But if we can't do that, there's other good tight ends here in the draft. So we're going to make our selection, and might not be a fan favorite, or maybe it is. I don't know. You guys let me know. But we are going to take J.J. Ford, our new quarterback of the future, 6'4" out of Fresno State. Somebody show me hidden development, and he is hidden development. Got to get a screenshot for this man right here. I think he could be the future. 97 throw power, 86 acceleration. Not the most agile of players, but he's got a freaking cannon. He can get it downfield, and he should be pretty darn accurate, which we know Sam Howell isn't. As long as the Cardinals don't take Paul Logan, he's projected to go to the Bears. We should be able to trade up and get him, and they do not take him. They take Bradley Smith, right outside linebacker out of Kansas State. So can we acquire pick 8 from the Bears? That is the question, and they have tons of cap space, and their number 2 need is a defensive tackle. So let's go mosey on down here and put Daron Payne, and this will work really good because if we move to a 3-4 defense, we have Khalil Mack as a linebacker. We only need 1 starting D tackle. Don't think this is going to go through straight up, but let's just at least see. They have red interest too. Must be because of that. It would put to trade would put your team over the salary cap. Wow. So that is the penalty, I'm assuming, from Daron Payne. So is there somebody else that we can include in this package? We would be negative 1.46 million. That's not actually too bad. So is there somebody else that we could include in this deal in order to get us where we need to be? That is the question. Benjamin St. Juste, he would do it, right? Would that put us positive? Still at 100K. Wow. Okay. So maybe Benjamin St. Juste and somebody else. Highly doubt this will go through, but we can throw draft picks in there if we need to. Let's just see what it does. No, they're not interested in that, but it kind of starts the ball rolling here. And I know I'm kind of draining our draft capital, but that shouldn't be too hard to get back. So the question is, can we, let's just see what a first round pick for next year will do. I don't really want to give it up, but we might have to. That gets it pretty close. So it's just not going to happen with the Bears. I've been trying for 20 minutes to get this pick. I finally find a pick that works, and it says that it puts us over the cap room. So it's just not in the cards, unfortunately. Bears are about to get themselves a very good tight end, and we will have to settle for Bart Burns probably in the second round. So that's a shame. Gotta check Paul Logan. I'm sure he's gonna be generational. Bears got themselves a good one indeed. So we pick again, round 2, pick 12. And, you know, it's probably for the best because I was gonna unload probably all of our draft capital in order to get him. So it's probably for the best that does happen. Now, the question is now we have to try to acquire tight end Bart Burns. I think that is still the move, and he is not really anywhere close on this board. Damon Highsmith is also above him, and I think that Burns is a little bit better, so we should be able to stick and pick here. Yeah, I mean, he's 44 spots down the board. I'm pretty sure he'll still be available when it comes time for our pick, round 2, pick 12. Damon Highsmith does go at pick 28. So let's just make sure that we're safe with Bart Burns. I think that we will be, but I think he's going to be the next tight end to go. So I don't know. It's a little sketchy. I mean, he's way down there though. He's 28 picks down the board. So surely no team would reach that far. We are just going to advance to our pick. We're going to advance to the next user pick. If Bart Burns isn't there, I guess we will reevaluate from there. But I think he should be. I really am confident that he should still be there. And I think he's the guy. I've talked about him since probably week 4 or week 5, I want to say. So I really think that he's not going to be as good as Paul Logan. I would be shocked. But I do think that he is the guy. We also got to watch George Williams. I have to get him. Bart Burns is still here. We're going to go ahead and take him. He is a 6'6" tight end out of Texas A&M, vertical threat, true talent round 1 to 2. He can block, he can catch, he can do it all, and Bart Burns is also hidden development. So we are 2 for 2 to start this thing off. That is good. 85 speed, 86 jumping, 88 excel, 86 agility, and 81 change of direction to go along with 68 strength. He's going to be much better than Logan Thomas already, and he's going to be an instant starter for us. Again, not going to be as good as Paul Logan. Definitely not. But going to be the next best thing for sure. So our next pick is round 3, pick 12. The question is, will George Williams last that long? Taking a look at the wide receivers here. Let's just see. George Williams is the 3rd next projected wide receiver to go. But these guys are round 1 to 2, and they haven't been taken yet. So I think maybe when I see the next wide receiver go off the board, I may think about getting on the horn. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know, man. It's getting dicey. George Williams is projected to go 7 picks, and there's only one other receiver ahead of George. So we're at pick 20 here in round 2, and I may just, here's the old saying, you got to go get your guys. You have to go get your guys. So maybe we can trade up with Philly here and try to get their pick and just take George. Look, there's never in the history of the NFL been a 6'9" wide receiver. And we could also, possibly convert him to tight end if we need to. So I don't want to risk him getting taken. We're going to see if we could possibly acquire the Eagles' 2nd round pick and still keep our 3rd round pick for this year too. So maybe if we just trade straight up our 2nd pick next year, we could also give them what? We need a 4th round pick this year too, man. This draft is tough. The Cupcake Relocation Franchise, Austin Armadillo's draft was so much easier. Maybe, we can't trade Deron Payne either. I mean, maybe with this, just get it done. Probably not. I'm thinking, no, it doesn't. Eagles need a wide receiver, but they don't have cap room. I was thinking maybe Jahan Dotson could be the option. So we'll advance this week. We'll skip ahead to the next week. See what the Falcons do. Let's check on Falcons, Saints, and Ravens. Keep those 3 teams in mind here. Falcons, Saints, and Ravens. Somebody with good cap space could just take Jahan Dotson, because I would actually rather have George Williams. So we're at the Falcons right now. Let's see what their cap situation is looking like. Not much better. Falcons, Saints was another team that I was looking at, and Ravens. Yeah, they all have sucky cap room. So I thought our cap situation was bad. I guess their other teams is even worse. Okay, so the Saints took Peter Stein. Now there's only one more wide receiver on the board, so we have to make it happen with the Ravens. George Williams is the next wide receiver in line to go. So we got to find a way to make it happen with the Ravens. I think these picks are going to be good too, guys. So far, we're 2 of 2 on hidden dev. But if we don't go out and do this now, he is going to be off the board, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Ravens that took him. So let's see if we can possibly get the Ravens' 2nd round pick without having to give up every single possible draft asset that we have. So we're going to definitely have to give them pick 2 from next year, pick 3 from next year, and pick 4 from 2026. Will this be enough to get it done? And it is. Okay, I know, kind of cleaning out draft capital here, but we're going to use Deron Payne to get some of that back. Don't you worry. So we are on the clock now. We are picking George Williams, a 6'9" wide receiver. Yes, you heard me correctly. He is going to be an absolute freak of nature out of Wisconsin, hoping for hidden dev. Gotta be hidden dev. He's a superhuman. He's a freak, right? And it's hidden dev for George Williams. Look at that. 6'9", 218, 90 agility and 90 change of direction, 93 jumping to go along with 87 speed. And this man is close to 7 feet tall. So I think we definitely did the right thing here. Now, our next pick is round 3, pick 12. And I'm going to be looking to take the linebacker. We got to get better at linebacker, definitely. And the linebacker is Justin Hayward, yes. I think even though he's only 3 to 4, and we got to find a way to get Will Devlin too. Definitely need a center now. So maybe have to try to find a way to get a 4th round pick. But I think that Justin Hayward is the next guy. We'll see, is there any other right outside linebackers projected to go ahead of him? And where does he even go? That's the question. So scrolling on down here, I'm not seeing him. There's Austin Callahan, which is the other guy. And Hayward he must be down here. Did I pass him? Did I pass Hayward? Really? No, we're safe. So Hayward's not even projected to go at least for 50 more picks. So I think that we can safely skip ahead to round 3, pick 12. And I believe that Justin Hayward will still be there. If not, I mean, I got some other good players on my good old draft board here. So let's just go ahead and see, is he who we want to get? I believe that he is. I really do. Looking at my favorites board, Justin Hayward is still here. Anybody else? I mean, Darren Nix, the center. No, Devlin's better. He's a day 3, round 1 to 2 talent. We have to get him. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be Justin Hayward, the right outside linebacker out of Miami. Can we go 4 for 4 on hidden development? Justin Hayward looks good. Good zone coverage, good tackle, and also good block shedding. He is only normal. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but we did need linebackers. He's going to fill a spot. And I think his overall might be a little bit higher than what you might be expecting. Okay, so wasn't expecting this, but both centers ahead of Phil Devlin have actually gone off of the board, and we're not even into the 4th round. And remember, we do not have a 4th round pick. So is this going to be another trade up scenario? I mean, Will Devlin, I'll show you guys again. He's got to be the guy. He is a true round 1 to 2 talent. He is projected to go day 3, but a true round 1 to 2 talent. So he's going to be good. And where is Will Devlin at on this board? Do we need to pick up the phone and call somebody else here? I don't know. We might. I'm not seeing him yet, so we could be safe for a while. But the fact that he's the last remaining center just kind of scares me. And he's literally 50 picks away. So we'll progress a little bit, but I'm probably gonna have to make a call. Our pick is not till round 5, so I'll probably have to make a call sometime in round 4. Another trade here with the Houston Texans, sending Diami Brown, a 5th round and a 6th round pick next year, and a 5th round pick in 2026 for their 4th round pick here, because I got to get that center. It's round 4, pick 7, and he is going to be good. We know he's going to be good. He is a round 1 to 2 true talent, projected to go day 3. So talk about a hidden gem, and let's face it, we need offensive linemen, so it's a need. He's here. Why wait? Why let him slip? Will Devlin, the 6'5", 315-pound Michigan Wolverine, A, impact blocking, B, pass block, A, run block. Show me a hidden dev. There we go. Got it back, and he is probably going to be an instant starter over Ricky Stromberg. So I think that was the right move. I know I'm unloading draft capital here left and right. Probably not the best thing to do, but I'm going to get some of that. I'm going to get some of that back, because Deron Payne is going to be shipped off in the start of the next season. We're probably going to move to a 3-4 defense. It's not going to make sense to keep him, and he's a cap casualty. Let's be honest. His cap hit is going to be astronomical. So here in the 5th round, there is some players that I do still want to look at, because I scouted heavy some UDFAs, some day 3 guys. There's that kick returner, Craig Calhoun, that I want to try to get. So what do we do here? Ryan Sweet is here. That would be a sweet pick indeed, and that's probably going to be the pick. Let's continue to get better on this offensive line. The 6'4" left guard out of Ohio. He's normal development, but still, his true talent was much more than what he was projected to be. So I think it's still a W. Oh, and what do you know it? there goes Craig Calhoun, the kick return guy that I was looking at. Not too worried about that, but he does go to the Jets here. And round 6, pick 12. Is there anybody else left on my favorites board that it would even be worth getting? Or do we just trade this pick away and try to build up some of that draft capital? I mean, I did mention that we need to get stronger left tackle. We did get rid of Charles Leno, so our left tackle spot needs to be a little bit better. Middle linebacker, we did not get any better there. Jimmy Forbes, Emmanuel Forbes' brother. I don't know. Cool little storyline. Doesn't really look that good. I mean, C-zone for a zone coverage type of guy doesn't really make too much sense to me. So maybe we just trade away, or maybe we just try to get better and just get some more depth on offensive line. We'll take Larry Jenkins, the left tackle, since we did get rid of Charles Leno. He does have B run block, which I do like. A impact blocking, not a good pass blocker, but physically he's okay for a UDFA guy. So why not? He's hidden dev. He's hidden dev. He's hidden development. Wow. Look at that. 87 strength. Larry Jenkins, welcome to the team. Hidden development. That's a huge pickup. Diamond in the rough right there. Last pick, we'll just trade it away. Try to build up as much of that draft capital as we can. A 2025 6th-round pick from the Patriots, because I did unload a ton of our draft capital. So let's go ahead and see how we did. I'm feeling good about this draft. I know I could have gone in a million different directions. There's definitely more positions that I probably shouldn't. Our cap space is just effed. I'm going to have to figure that out, but I will. Don't you worry. I will figure out our cap space here. But I just, I wanted the players that I wanted to get, and I think they're going to be good players too. So how about JJ Ford, 79 rated overall player? Thank you. Instant starter. I keep saying Brian Burns. He's not Brian Burns. Bart Burns, 74 rated overall. George Williams, 72. Justin Hayward, 71. Will Devlin, 75. Ryan Sweet, 67. And then Larry Jenkins, 65. But he is hidden development. So I would say that's actually a pretty good draft. I am okay with that. JJ Ford being a 79, that is huge. Best player in the draft was Ben Statton, who I did talk about briefly in a prior episode. But look at JJ Ford, second best player in the draft. Paul Logan is the third best. And I have to see, is this man, if he's star, I will feel so much better. But if he's X Factor, I'm just going to say I called that. Paul Logan is superstar X Factor. So I'm sad. Yeah, that stings a bit. I knew he was going to be good, man. I knew that he was going to be good, and he's probably a generational tight end. I mean, let's be honest. He probably is, but I tried my diddly darndest to get him, and it just wasn't happening. But hey, it's okay. We got the second best player in the draft. Was there anybody else that I passed on or that I should have saw? How about Brian Shepard in the 5th round, 76 rated overall? Wow, that is pretty crazy indeed. Will Devlin there, 75. So this wasn't even the most stacked of draft classes, and even though I did give up a lot of capital to get some of these guys, and they may have been questionable picks to some, I like them personally, but I think that we still did good, and I think that our team still got better. I do need to fix this cap situation, which I will do. Deron Payne is going to be out of here, and we're going to try to get some picks for him, but I think we did great, guys. I think we did great. So we're going to go ahead and advance to the preseason week 1. I will show you guys our new lineup, and then before the next episode, I'm going to edit some of our rookies, swag them out a little bit, make them look good, but I will show you guys the new look Sentinels, and we get to do training camp too next episode, so that is cool. But we also got to change schemes, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Well, one thing I will say, our team definitely got much younger, and we have lots of hidden dev players now. So JJ Ford, not sure what to expect from him, but he is going to be the man under center. Brian Robinson is apparently our running back of the future. Wide receiver, we're set. We got McLaurin, we got Dotson, we got Curtis Samuel, George Williams, going to look to get him involved in some sets probably. Tight end, we're much better. We got Logan Thomas and Bart Burns, not Brian Burns. Offensive line, I mean, it's better, I think. A lot of unproven guys, but bringing in Damian Lewis was huge. Brandon Scherf's still here. I expect Will Devlin to be pretty good. Larry Jenkins? I think it's Larry Jenkins. Yeah, Larry Jenkins. Low overall, but hidden dev. So we could have something there. Not 100% sure, but I kind of like the offense. I really do. And Sam Howell's still here just in case JJ Ford is a complete and utter bust, which I don't think he will be. And then defensively, we did change to a 3-4, and I think that makes the most sense. And Deron Payne, we will look to move him probably next episode, free up some of this cap room, get back in good standings with our salary cap, and hopefully maybe get some draft picks back. I'm hoping. But we also have rookie Justin Hayward. We only have one middle linebacker. We have Cody Barton. Didn't really think that one through, but Justin Hayward is going to be here, and then Khalil Mack. Big addition in the offseason alongside Jamin Davis, and then our star development secondary that we all know and love. So we're at 82. Was it say 82 rated overall? That could have been defense. I'm not sure. We are an 82 rated overall. So not sure if we got better. Not sure if we stay the same, but we're definitely different. And I hope you guys are excited for this new Sentinels team in year number 2. We will kick off next episode going through the training camp, getting to know some of these rookies, and maybe playing the first game of the regular season. Not 100% sure, probably, I would say. But hey, first season is in the books, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the off season. Leave your feedback, comments below. Very curious to hear what you guys think. But that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.